Hello and welcome. Hello. How are you all? Come, come, come. Hello. Hello, Philippe. Lovely. Come in, come in. Yes, I'm wearing a folk shirt. A folk shirt. I thought we were singing a folk song, so why not? Otherwise, it's all just sitting there, nowhere to wear my costumes. So this is especially made by a Russian master in Kazan, and she told me that every single ornament meant something. It had a meaning. So depending on how your shirt is decorated, it's supposed to give you a specific energy of some sort. Look, it goes all the way to the end. Look at that. So, right, let's hope that most people who are coming here today are here. So we'll start with a little, first of all, posture exercise to sit upright and roll our shoulders. And if you're okay to stretch, and go to one side and then to another side. And we will do our one note together. And let's sing that middle C, and I'll unmute us all to sing that note. It'll be messy, so we sing that one together. You're sitting upright and you're singing one long note, nice and gentle. Right, now I've muted you. The sound was going like this. Mostly in tune. I must tell you that most singers here are singing tune well. So we'll go straight into the melody. We'll sing the melody without looking at music once, and then we will do more. And I'm thinking because it's a slow-paced song, we might go over more than just one verse today with this one. Here comes the melody. Now it's quite a range still for us. It's quite low and quite high. The top note is C, which may be a bit too high for alto, so skip that note or just kind of hum it quietly to yourself, yeah? Tune goes like this. La, 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 la. And that's it. So we'll go from the very beginning. You can see my hand gestures, right? Like this. It's nice to memorize the tune because there's a lot of text otherwise. Yeah, so memorize the tune and then we'll look at what this sad melody means. Let's go together. La, 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 la. One more time. La, 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 la. Second phrase from this note all the way down. Let's connect the first phrase all the way from the beginning. Okay, I'm hearing someone, you should be muted, yeah? If your microphone shows you're not muted, I should be muting you all. Let's go back to the beginning. I'll show you the music now, and we will go from the beginning, and there is a second phrase here. Let's go. That's your first line in the melody. Let's go. And la, 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 line, listen. La 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 la. So we're singing the second line. From that sea, let's go together. La 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 la. I'm going to bring your faces back to the screen. Let's try and sing it without looking at the music, okay? I'll lead you through it with my hand. Starting here, let's go. La 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 Okay, how is it? Okay, it's a beautiful but sad tune. We'll look at the meaning in a minute. Let's sing the tune one more time together. Repeat the second half. Okay, I'm going to unmute you. Tell me what you think.
Very pretty.
It's a beautiful song. I remember singing.
Yeah, it is a beautiful. I heard a bit of Justin saying something. Yes, I probably taught it at some point, and I also sang it with my Russian choirs in February. We had a big concert. The whole choir accompanied me. It was beautiful. The choir, I mean, I was okay too. So this song is not really a folk song, meaning it doesn't come from the village. It's an urban folk song, and the roots are. It's kind of between a classical song and the folk song, because it's like a Russian, it's almost like a Russian romance, like a Russian art song. It's somewhere in between. Can you tell? It's a bit more kind of tidy than a folk song. So let's look at what it means. I guess some of you already know what it means. And as always, I say a Russian song is sad if only one person dies. Now in this one, at least one person dies, is dead already. And as we talked about the old style Russian art songs, romances, there was a specific strand in these romances, the cruel romance, the cruel, жестокий romance. It had to be heart-tearing, soul-turning, lots of, very expressive and, emotions. So this is one of these, with a death, of course, and separation and love. Now listen and repeat after me, and then we'll translate it. First line. Липа вековая. Let's go. Липа вековая. Lipa is a linden tree. Vek is a century. So it's a century old, many centuries old linden tree. Second line. Над рекой шумит. Together. Над рекой шумит. Okay, nad is above, рекой, the river, шумит, rustling. So a linden tree, an old linden tree is making a noise looking over that river. Third line. Песня удалая. We stretch that long note, remember? Let's go together. Песня удалая sorry, let's translate it. Песня is a song. Песня. Удалая is happy, jolly, energetic. If anyone knows a good translation for udalaya, it's quite an old-fashioned word. You see it in folk songs and in old style songs, in fairy tales as well. Udalaya, energetic song. And the last line, вдалеке звенит. Вда. Consonants together, let's go. Вдалеке звенит. Вдалеке is far away. Звенит is ringing. Yeah? So let's sing that one verse together. Let me just see who joined us as we were talking. It's great to see 47 people here today. Amazing. And welcome to new faces if we have any. Please let us know in the chat if you're a new person here, because I can't really tell sometimes looking at all your lively faces. So, first verse, and I will show you the music because the first verse is written underneath the notes. Let's make it a bit bigger. Okay. You can see it, yeah? Let's go. Липа вековая над рекой шумит, песня удалая вдалеке звучит. I'm sorry, it should be звенит. It's either звучит sounding or звенит ringing. I'll take you back to text. Let's sing the last two lines together from песня. And песня удалая вдалеке звенит. One more time, the full verse. Липа вековая над рекой шумит, песня удалая вдалеке звенит. Repeat the last two lines. Песня удалая вдалеке звенит. So let me see your faces. What do you think? Oh, nobody is crying yet. That's good. Save it for the next verses. Save it for the next verses. So let's just quickly look at our text. And what I suggest is that I will sing through all of it, all the text, all the way through. I will translate what it means. We can sing it together. You try just singing with me. If text is too much, go la 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 just with me or follow me, looking at your text. The tune, you know the tune by now, right? The tune is there. So I'll just show you the text and let's quickly look at it, look at what it means, and then we'll just sing it all the way through, just as well as we can. In the second verse, луг покрыт туманом, словно пеленой, слышен за курганом звук сторожевой. Lug is a meadow, покрыт is covered, туманом is a fog, словно пеленой like a veil, and from afar, from beyond a kurgan. Now kurgan, that's an interesting word. It can be a burial place, it can be a mound. It says a mound here. There is a sound of watch guards coming. Now the next line, the next verse, 3. Этот звон унылый с давних прошлых дней пробудил, что было в памяти моей. This dull lonely ringing from the days that have gone past, have gone by. Пробудил has woken up, awakened what was sitting, was stored in my memory, what was far away in my memory. Now here comes the sad bit. Годы миновали, и уж под венцом молодца сковали золотым кольцом. Years have gone past, and now under a wedding crown, I have been bound, I have been put together, kept kind of in place by a golden ring. By the way, Russians wear their wedding rings on the right hand. Yeah, it really confuses people when I go like this into Russia. I have to put it on this hand. I'm just reading through it, okay? Follow what you can. Verse 5. Только не с тобою, милая моя, спишь ты под землею, спишь, забыв меня. But I'm not married to you, not to you, my beloved, my dear one. Спишь ты под землей, you're sleeping, you sleep under the ground. You're sleeping there and you've forgotten me. And here comes the last one. Липа, раскалися на 4 пня, милая, проснися и возьми меня. Linden tree, break apart into 4 different stumps. My beloved, my dear one, wake up and take me with you. Yeah? Oh, you get it, you get it. I suggest we just sing through the whole thing. It's very, very, very characteristic of its time. I don't know if, I'm pretty certain that similar things, over emotional, over romantic, were happening in Europe in the beginning of the previous century, end of the 1800s. And this comes from that era, late 1800s. This song was first recorded in 1900, but it's much earlier than that. Let's go. Липа вековая над рекой шумит, песня удалая вдалеке звенит. Repeat the last 2 lines. Песня удалая вдалеке звенит. Луг покрыт туманом, словно пеленой, слышен за курганом звук сторожевой, слышен за курганом звук сторожевой. Этот звон унылый с давних прошлых дней пробудил, что было в памяти моей, пробудил, что было в памяти моей. Годы миновали, и уж под венцом молодца сковали золотым кольцом. Молодца сковали золотым кольцом. не с тобою, милая моя. Спишь ты под землею, спишь, забыв меня. Спишь ты под землею, спишь, забыв меня. Липа, раскалися на 4 пня. Милая, проснись и возьми меня. Милая, проснись и возьми меня. Don't cry.
Я ее не открывала, но вот она у меня лежит.
Beautiful.
Саша.
Now let me read quickly if there's anything in these. That's not said in Russian. Only one person died. You know, yeah, we don't know if in the end of the song he actually. We don't know what happens to him, but he's certainly looking forward to reconnected with his beloved. And it's a song that is sung from a man to a woman. Yeah, in this one. So how is that? I thought, you know, it's a beautiful tune, isn't it? Let me know if you're coping with me singing it in Russian all the way through. Is it okay? Yeah, I think for some of us, those who know Russian, it's quite nice to do a bit more language today. Otherwise, just do la-la-las. We will sing it at least one more time, and maybe in a slightly higher key. I realize that it's quite low. Maybe we'll go a semitone up. But before we do that, I'd like to tell you a couple of words without knowing Russian, even great. A couple of words about Feodor Chaliapin. Now, let me have a wave from you if you have heard about Feodor Chaliapin, the greatest Russian bass classical singer. Yes, some of you have. If you have not heard about him, he was the most genius singer, and not just with a fantastic, beautiful, deep, but quite high bass voice. But he was also very clever, very intellectual. When he was singing these big parts in Russian operas like Boris Godunov, like in Prince Igor, he was in all these classic Russian operas. He actually thought about the character. He was, you know, properly from this kind of Stanislavski thinking, getting into the character, making it work in theater. He was a great, great, great actor. You can see photos of him with his big eyes and makeup. And do a search for Chaliapin. He had this interesting trembly voice, like low vibrato, very beautiful, a really recognizable voice. He wrote a couple of books about his musical experience, his autobiography, and he wrote about his musical career that took him from Russia through the Soviet Russia, the first years of Soviet Russia, and then I think 1922, he escaped. He went to Paris for a European tour, and he didn't come back. Very, very interesting. How do you spell him? Oh, you know what? I won't type it in here because I'm a bit far from my computer. Go to my web page where you took the number of this meeting. It says the Feodor Chaliapin. There are several ways of spelling Feodor Chaliapin. Feodor Chaliapin, great bass. And he apparently sang this song, and he sang "Эй, уханем, еще разик." He made that song popular. He also sang "Очи черные, очи страстные." You will find it online. You won't find the song we're singing today. I spent hours this morning looking for it. I couldn't. But today is the day of his death. And I also figured out that he was born 100 years before me, so that's some extra connection. And I love his singing. Really, do go online and check him out. Let's sing our song again. Yeah. Shall we do that? Let's do that. Sing your hearts out. I will do the same thing again. How about, okay, let me see your faces. How about going a semitone higher? Lower. But come on. Lower. You know what? We're staying in the same key then, okay? We'll stay in the same key. I know we're compromising, okay? We're compromising. Staying in the same key. It's the key where it's written here in the music, it's A minor. Let's do it. Take a breath, sit upright, and let's bring that character into the song. Липа вековая над рекой шумит, песня удалая вдалеке звенит. Straight into the second verse. Луг покрыт туманом, снова пеленой, слышен за курганом звук сторожевой. Third verse. Этот звон, он из давних прошлых дней пробудил, что было в памяти моей. Годы миновали, и уж под венцом молодца сковали золотым кольцом. Только не с тобою, милая моя, спишь ты под землею, спишь, забыв меня. Липа, раскалися на 4 пня. Милая, проснись и возьми меня. Repeat. Милая, проснись и возьми меня.
Please song.
Okay.
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah, wonderful. So I'm glad you like the tune. You know, I think I bring you happy tunes and beautiful art songs, but sometimes it's good to sing something melodic like this. Also, maybe we could now sing one more time without any text and just focus on the sound. In this one, it's really nice to sing these long phrases on one breath. I feel like I'm slightly more warmed up now that in the beginning of today's session, and I can sing one phrase on one breath and then take a breath. Should we try that? It's a good vocal exercise for us, you know, sitting at home and not really vocalizing in a big open way like maybe some of us do in choirs. So la ah 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 ah. Try to get through the whole phrase all the way through. Skip the last note or sing something else instead if it's too high. Let's go. Yeah? Yeah? Okay. So let's see what's happening today. Yes, Leonid Mikhailovich. No, I think you're having a discussion about bases here. Okay. We will sing it one more time. I see there are some native Russian speakers here. Irina, hello. I'd like to thank Batkama at whom I've forgotten last time to thank for sharing and sharing and sharing on Facebook. Thank you. And all of you, whoever is sharing and bringing people in, that's great. It's lovely to have new faces and you all coming every day. So we will sing it one more time. I'll say one more word about Chaliapin, and me personally, I just want to share it. Chaliapin was born in Kazan. That's the place where I spent from my 15 to my 30, where I studied as a student, where I started my musical career and everything. And we used to have, and still they have an annual Chaliapin Opera Festival. And us as students, we would go to the balcony for 1 ruble. We had the student tickets, 1 ruble, very end of the balcony, 3rd balcony, and we would sit there through these operas with music scores and follow all the way through these scores. And it was mostly the operas that Chaliapin sang in, and now it's become something else. They have modern operas there as well. It's a big international music, Chaliapin Opera Festival there in Kazan. If you ever find yourself in Kazan, do go. February, it happens in February. So I'm going to take us back to text. And let's sing the whole song again. Without the repeats, let's do repeat at the very end. And to get into the song, let's hum the verse one time before we get into text, to give it a shape.
Только не с тобою, милая моя, спишь ты под землею, спишь, забыв меня. Липа, раскалися на 4 пня, милая, проснись и возьми меня, милая, проснись и возьми
Lovely.
Merci, merci, merci.
So I won't say it's a fun song, but it's certainly a beautiful song. Now, a couple of announcements. You probably know all about it. Tomorrow's a Yiddish song, the day after Russian, then Yiddish, and then we will have a concert. Now, the concert is with Oleg Timofeyev, who lives in Iowa, but he's originally from Moscow, I think. He is a fantastic, fantastic 7-string guitar player. He plays this old instrument made in 1860. It's great. And I'll sing Yiddish songs, and he may play something klezmer, but he's primarily a Russian and gypsy guitar style player. I guess that's it. I will respond to whatever is in the chat. And by the way, yesterday's chat was great. Yefim and Susanna loved it. We had a little chat after our concert. It was great. It was amazing. And all your wonderful comments are perfect. So let's la 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 through our tune one more time. I don't know, drink a shot of vodka or tea, whatever you have, to dilute your tears. Let's go. And I'm not showing you the tune. Let's just look at each other. Let's go. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much. Hope to see you again. Keep well, keep smiling, keep singing. Let's unmute you all to hear your
Hey, wonderful, lovely.
wonderful. Thank you very much.
Wonderful.
Hey.
Be well, be well. Thank you.
Now.
Bye.